Good morning. So I am going to a Magic Backstage tour today for cast members only. That said, I have no idea what I'm going to be able to film, but I'm really excited about it, and I will tell you all about it after we get there. This is the meeting spot. Looks like they're adding more foliage, more grass. So pretty. Hey, so I finished. I was going to film this in the park, but I decided to do it on the drive home. Also, if you end up falling over, I apologize. The tripod I have is not reliable. Anyway, so the tour ended up being kind of like a behind the scenes look at parades and floats, and kind of a look into like the performers and dancers and like how they're, how they function or whatever. We met at Frontierland, where the parade steps off, like where the parade starts, and we got to see the parade garage where they had like a lot of the different floats. We got to see some of it was for Festival of Fantasy, the tour, but we got to see a lot of the Halloween floats. We got to see some of the Christmas floats that they were getting ready for the Christmas parade. We got to see them rehearsing for Once Upon a Christmas Time, and that was really exciting. We got to see them kind of getting ready to start, and then how they started doing like a dry run, like not in costumes, just like in their shoes and stuff with like props and things. So that was really cool. We got to see where they kept their costumes. That was really nice to get to see that. It was funny because I forget how many different characters meet in the like Adventure Friends parade cavalcade thing that they still have, because I haven't actually seen that in a while. So that was cool. We got to see how a lot of the floats function, from the car floats like the Grand Marshal to like the individual floats that like are tiny, to like the big ones, like we didn't get to see the dragon. That was the one float I was really looking forward to getting to see, and we didn't get to see Maleficent, and it made me really sad. I feel like we saw all the rest of them. I got to see the Merida parade. The float's still there. I think it's broken. I forgot to ask why they haven't brought back Merida in Festival of Fantasy, because I love the Irish dancers for that. But we got to see that one up close. We got to see inside the Peter Pan Neverland float for Festival of Fantasy. What else? We got to see where the parade route starts. We didn't really get to see where it stopped. I guess it was too far away. But we got to hear how that goes about. Sorry, I had lunch with the girls afterwards. It was for Fantasyland merchandise, because the boutique is technically a part of Fantasyland merchandise. So half of them were Fantasyland merchandise cast members, and then the rest were boutique. And then afterwards, some of the girls who were staying because they had work, they were like, do you guys want to grab lunch before work? And I was like, I don't mind, because I was getting hungry. I was like, I want to go eat somewhere. And so I was already planning on like, where do I want to get lunch? And some of the girls had never eaten at Pecos Bill, so they're like, let's go eat at Pecos Bill's. And I was like, sure, I can't remember the last time I ate at Pecos Bill, so let's go eat at Pecos Bill's. So we ate, we sat there. There was about 5 of us, and we had a good conversation. It was nice. It's nice to hang out with the boutique cast and not talk about work, or hang out outside of work and kind of like have that free space to vent, because there are so many really great cast members that I work with in the boutique, and I feel like sometimes we aren't able to like be ourselves. We have to keep everything in so much. So it was nice. But anyway, so I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, we learned the process, because like the people who were leading us were float drivers, so they explained a lot on like how to get involved with becoming a float driver, like the process you go through in that, kind of how parades work, like when it comes to like having extra people, auditioning, performing, all that other stuff. Long story short, it's the easiest to get into any of that if you're already in entertainment, whether you're a character performer, whether you are a character attendant, whatever it is. It's easier to get into floats and parades and all that fun stuff if you're already in entertainment. It almost feels like an exclusive club, which is kind of frustrating from a non-entertainment cast member side because they function so much differently than we do, and that's a whole other video that I'm not going to get into. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping that we would be able to see the parade, but then I realized that if we saw the parade after the tour, then we would have been in their way, and because they were all like, we were like in the parade garage, we were in the rehearsal space, you know, where they had all of their stuff. We were in and around everywhere where they typically are, and I feel like even for this small group that we had, I think there was like 20 of us, it would have been a lot to expect us to be on the sidelines and have them be able to do their job and then watch them perform. I feel like that would have been a lot. And I didn't stay for the parade because the tour was from like 10:30 to like 11 something, and the parade wasn't until 3. So I was like, I'm not gonna stay for the parade. It is a gorgeous day, by the way. Today's like the first day of fall. It is beautiful outside. It is 72 degrees outside. I actually wore a jacket, if you can believe it. Also, sorry, it's really bumpy. I'm passing Fort Wilderness and it's bumpy. But anyway, it was a really cool experience. I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that I was looking at the list of people who also got in, because they gave us a list of everyone who was able to do the tour, and I was like, oh, I really do like a lot of these people. So I had a good time. It was interesting to work with merchandise cast members for Fantasyland, because I feel like there's almost like I don't want to say there's a rivalry, but sometimes I feel like there's like a wall between the two of us, because we take so much of the popular merch because of the boutique, but that's a whole other thing again. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. But it was nice to see their faces and kind of get to know them as people off the clock, you know. And we all had a good time. It was fun and we had a good time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm actually going to go see Haunting in Venice. It's the Halloween Agatha Christie book made into a movie. I'm going to go watch that in a couple of hours. I'm going to go home, take a power nap, and go watch that. If you're interested on my opinions on that movie, let me know in the comments below, and I will tell you exactly how I felt about that. But thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.